Start the VOD. Here we go. So welcome back, guys. Kowi versus Legionnaire, Game 2, Protoss versus Protoss, a Lost Temple, brought to us by StarCraftOz.com and Steel Series, $450 in the prize pool. Kowi currently one up with a very aggressive style play from last game, and I am joined once again by Altair. How you going, mate?
I'm not going too bad. The positions here are going to be very interesting. It's going to be the close air distance position, but the very, very long rush distance on the ground. I would like to see a Stargate, at least from one of them. It'd be really interesting. You could see some very, very interesting...
What are you doing? I bet you that's an alt tab too. Seriously?
GTFO.
Oh my god. No, Pinder is very good mana like that. If he lags again, he will be out. It was most likely an alt tab back into the game. But anyway, so yeah, like we were saying, these positions probably going to favour Legionnaire here.
And apparently Pinder is making earthquakes by AFK. Okay.
Yeah, I am currently not in the spec chat, so I can't actually see that, which is good. But anyway, like we were saying, probably going to favour Legionnaire in this map positions. It is a longer distance for Kowi to get in there. Like, really, if he wants to fox 4 gate, it's not going to make that big of a difference because Protoss do have the warp gates. But really, if Legionnaire can hold off that early aggression by Kowi, he will be in a strong spot because I've got to give him the advantage in the late macro game. But either way, we do have, once again, the late scouts for both players. Gateway down for Kowi first, before Legionnaires. He's about 4 to 5 seconds before Legionnaire. I know it doesn't sound like much, but once you get to this level of play, it definitely costs a lot. If you're even like 2 to 3 seconds late. I saw a game between Glade and I think it was World or Wild. Wild, that was it, and it was literally 3 seconds, one Glade the game. Like, it was that close. And so it's very, very important. And Altair, if you can just take over for a second, I need a drink, otherwise I'm going to run out of breath.
That's not a problem. In any case, well, we're seeing mirror builds by these two, and this sort of difference in seconds by Kowi is the key, because Kowi is going the standard 12 gate build. However, Legionnaire, he likes to delay his gateway because he's very passive, he's very economical, and he will... So the red Protoss will get the 4th scout on the positions. However, Pinder is scouting the cross positions, it seems. He's going for the towers, but yeah, he's going to scout the cross positions, so each player will scout last. Legionnaire will scout really, really late. Second gateway going down, however, before the cybernetics core from Legionnaire. So he will be 2 gate coring. We could be seeing some stalker harass, or even blink stalkers, or both, of course. Well, sorry, guys, I'm dead today.
That's alright. But we do have, like you were saying, the second gateway down for Legionnaire before Kowi's. I think it's just because he doesn't care what Kowi sees. He wants to show that he's getting a lot of gateways, try and like force away from that 4-gate aggression, show that he is going to have a lot of gateway units. But at the same time, neither player walling off their ramp. A lot of players on the ladder, well, I know personally, I actually changed my playstyle up in PvP. If I'm on the ladder, I will 9 times out of 10 wall off, just because there's so much cheese and you need to get that in case of proxy 2-gate. Proxy 2-gate. But it looks like Legionnaire being aggressive here with that first Zealot. It is going to help him out. Kowi does have that first Stalker, and a Forge going down here for Kowi, so that's going to help him out defending this Zealot harass. But I think Legionnaire should not really commit too much to it. And there we go. He's actually pulled back. He has seen what's up there, pulling back a little bit. He's got 2 Stalkers coming out, rallied right to the main. This is actually... Oh, no. Kowi pushing out here. This is going to be dangerous if Legionnaire can pull that Zealot back for when these Stalkers come in.
Legionnaire has started his sentry, but he has not chrono boosted. If he can chrono boost this sentry out in time, he will do quite well. 2 Stalkers coming for backup to help his zone. I always called it his Legionnaire. But in any case, he will just be able to get this Zealot, I would expect, unless the Stalker gets a high ground advantage. It looks like it will, so we could be a Legionnaire lot. Thanks, Del.
And we are going to see a force field here, probably going to trap them up rather than anything else. No, he traps the Zealot up, so he does going to have... Nicely done by Legionnaire. He pulls his Zealot to the side so he can get picks off on that sentry. He does take it down into the armor, but as soon as the Zealot drops down, there is no energy left on that sentry. Taking it out, he's going to pop it now. Nicely done by Legionnaire. He's popped
Photon Cannon is finishing by Kowi, so this should be interesting. 2 more units warping in for Kowi, so we should be seeing some pushback by Legionnaire. He is coming back to the Selmark Watchtower. He does have 2 gates in a Robo Bay, but he has not produced any more from these gates at the moment. They're just sitting there idle.
pretty much he's done what he needed to do. He's forced Cowie onto the back foot. He's forced a forge. He's forced a cannon, making Cowie think he's going for that 2-gate aggression. So it's now 3 gates for Cowie versus the 2-gate Robo Bay for Legionnaire. So he's going to be able to hold this off pretty easily now. Legionnaire running his probe away is going to get picked off because the Stalkers are faster than those probes, unfortunately. But really, it's going to come down to Legionnaire. He needs to constantly build units.
Expansion coming up by Cowie way before Legionnaire is doing it. So it looks like Legionnaire is going to be going with a 3-gate Robo build. So we could be seeing a pretty good timing push. And to be honest, it's a very, very good bet. He will get an Observer and probably scout this to get the 3 gates in the Forge. He will know that there is a Nexus pretty soon. If he can defend against these Stalkers, he would probably be able to fairly handily. Then
he will have a Guardian Shield, so he's definitely going to be able to hold this off. But anyway, he skipped an Observer for an Immortal straight up. That's very interesting. Lots and lots of Stalkers coming out for Cowie. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Twilight Council drop down because that is his bread and butter.
Definitely.
Lynch Stalkers for Cowie is what makes him dangerous. But we do have a lot of Immortals coming out. It's really going to come down to can Legionnaire keep up with this expansion once it comes down because it's already 60% of the way there.
Well, the first Immortal has just popped out. A second one is being queued up now. So, big build-up in minerals by Legionnaire. I'm surprised he has not expanded yet, so we should be seeing it reasonably soon.
I'd say he's just waiting to get a lot more Stalkers and push out. He is getting that second Immortal on the way, but the expansion is about to finish. Lots of cannons going down here for Cowie, so I think he wants to go into the late game. I'm going to put my money on when he's going through, he's like, damn it, he realizes that he's behind because he was forced into that cannon, but he's turned that disadvantage into an advantage by making himself expand, getting those cannons down, just really getting a good defensive position. Even a 4-gate probably wouldn't crack this at this stage. Even though it is a little bit late. We do have that robotic spare coming for Legionnaire now. And a robo facility as well for Cowie. So pretty much mirror styles here. And we got,
it looks like Cowie will scout it. Cowie's going to scout it. Oh no. So this expansion will not go down by leg, needless to say. However, I would like to see it just go down the natural here. I don't think there's going to be any push from Cowie anytime soon. He's going to have to wait a while because Legionnaire has a fairly potent army at the moment compared to Cowie. Cowie's on a super defensive with his cannons and his few Stalkers. So transfer just coming up for Cowie. He's just moving all his units in to farm gas and all that. So he will be producing more
units, yeah. So Cowie, I've got to give the advantage to Cowie here.
Coming up, he has one upgrades coming.
Well, dude, you're lagging again. You might want to fix that. In the meantime, I'm going to take over here to stop that. Anyway, we do have Cowie pushing up here with about 7 Stalkers. They are going to be able to poke up. Legionnaire does not have his units on the bottom of the ramp here. Cowie might be able to snipe this Nexus if he does it correctly. No, Legionnaire is going to come down. If he gets a good force field off, he will be able to stop a couple of these units from escaping. Nice force field. Nice! He's trapped 5 of them. That is insane. Nicely done by Legionnaire there. Cowie splitting up his forces, trying not to lose too many, but he is going to lose these Stalkers here. That is insane play by Legionnaire. Greatly done. But in the meantime, we look at the harvester count. Cowie is currently 8 probes ahead and is getting a good solid 200 to 300 minerals income more. So until that expansion pops up for Legionnaire, oh my god, the bread and butter for Legionnaire, we have a Warp Prism. If anyone who doesn't know who Legionnaire is, he was known for his insane Reaver Micro in StarCraft 1. Held the Reaver kill record for Kesper for 6 or 7 years. It was only recently lost. But here we go, we're going to have a drop here. He's probably going to be having Warp Gate speed. There we go, so he's going to get a couple of shots off. He's going to lose the Warp Prism though. Wow, that's really close. But in the meantime, this Immortal is going to take out a couple of the Stalkers. He needs another Immortal to come out, but he does have that Warp Prism speed now. Look how fast these things are. Wow, warping in Zealots.
Surprisingly quick, and he is warping in 3 Zealots and the Immortal. That's going to be very potent.
And he's going to be pushing at the front as well. As Cowie just finishes Blink, this is going to be very, very important. And this is going to test Cowie's multitasking. The Immortal and the Zealots coming into the probe line. Cowie pulling all his units. Wow, if he can get into this expansion and force field, that's going to be insane. The Zealots going to town on all these probes. He got 1 kill, 3 kills, and 3 kills. That's about 7 or 8 kills there for that. Wow, Legionnaire just pushing in the front now. If he gets a force field off, I'm not sure what's going on. Lots of units being warped in by Cowie, so luckily there, he needs a force field, but it's not going to do much because he does have Blink.
Backdoor attack by Legionnaire.
And he's going to get a lot more done. Taking out one of the cannons, he does have that force field down. He's going to be forced to pull off here. Though, just looking here, now is about the time that Legionnaire wants to send that Immortal back. And we do have that Observer being spotted. Nicely done by Legionnaire, so we're going to have a nice back and forth here. Legionnaire will lose these 2 Zealots. In the meantime,
Legionnaire now has a Colossi coming out, yep, and so it's going to be pretty good. He will not be building another one quite yet. I would like to see that.